Okay, class, let's quickly look into this logarithm equation. It's easier for us to combine them together and let the equation or let the question go into quadratic equation. In that way, we'll be able to solve for x. In that way, we are asked to solve for x. Solve for x. Solve for x. So in that way, we are asked to solve for x. So let's quickly go into that. As usual, we know that we can easily turn this 4 into 2 raised to the power 2 and ensure that they are in agreement with the rest of the logarithm. The rest of the logarithm, they're having log 2, log 2. This is having log 4. We should just find a way to make sure that the log 4 is turned into log 2. And that is an approach we're going to take. So if we do that, we're going to have this one as 5 log base 2 raised to the power 2 into bracket 2x raised to the power 2. That is the first step. Plus 5 log 3x base 2 will now equal to log base 2 1 minus x raised to the power 5. So it means that we are almost there. We are almost there. So what do we do is to drop this because we have the drop here. So if you do that, be very careful. This is different from the other one, from the anti-log stuff. This one is straight away. So we drop this. So we're going to have 2. I drop this divided by 2 times 5 log. You can see that this one is not raised to power. So it's easier for us to just drop them in front of that 5 instead of on top of that 5. So we have 2 divided by 2 times 5 log. We have 2x base 2 plus 5 log 3x base 2 equal log 1 minus x raised to the power 5 base 2. So in that way, 2 cancel 2. We are left with 5 log 2x base 2 plus 5 log 3x base 2 equal log 1 minus x raised to the power 5 base 2. This is what we are left with. What can we do next? What we can do next is that we have log 2, log 2, log 2. That's fine. But we have 5 log 2. We have 5 log 2. But over here is just log 2. Can't we just drop the 5 here to become 5 log 2x base 2 plus 5 log 3x base 2 equal 5 log 1 minus x base 2. Can we clap for ourselves? Because we are doing a fantastic job, right? Thank you very much. So let's continue on that. So since they have the same base and the same log and the base and everything looks good, so why can't we look into this law also that says that if you have log a times b is the same thing by saying log a plus log into b. So we can use that in the reverse way, that this is plus between them, so we can turn it to multiplication law. And if you do that, we're going to have 5 log base 2 into 2x times 3x. 2x times 3x will now equal to 5 log 1 minus x base 2. So in that way, this can go up, this can go up. So we are now left with 6s squared we are left with 6x squared equal 1 minus 6 equal 1 minus x rather. So we can collect the like term. And if we do that, that means we're going to have a quadratic equation. A quadratic equation. So we're going to have, let me just put this one down a little bit. So we're going to have 6x squared equal, I'm writing it, equal 1 minus x. So I'm bringing x into x squared, even I'm bringing everything together. So we're going to have 6x squared. If this minus x is going to the other side, it becomes plus x, and plus 1 becomes minus 1 equals 0. So we can solve this quadratically. And you know the way we solve our quadratic equation, this is going to multiply this. And when it does that, it means 6x squared multiply minus 1. That will give us minus 6x squared. So if that is the case, we are going to look for two numbers that when you multiply them together, it's going to give you minus 6. And when you add them or you subtract them, it's going to give you 1. And the number is going to be 3 and minus 2. If you know that 3 and minus 2, 3 and minus, so we're going to have plus 3 minus 2. Look at this. Plus 3 times minus 2 will give you minus 6. And plus 3 plus minus 2 will give you plus 1. So in that way, we need to distribute this x squared on them, x. So I have to take this down. This becomes minus 1. Take this down, it becomes 6x squared. I'll just try and demarcate them. So in that way, we can then bracket this, bracket this, bracket this, bracket this, equal them to 0. So we look for the factor, and the factor here is going to be 3x into bracket 3x in 6x squared, we give 2x, and 3x in 3x, we give 1. Don't forget, just down whatever sign you see outside there, outside the bracket here, put it outside there before you think of any other thing. So now you must ensure that the one in the bracket here must be the same with the bracket you're going to open here. So something should tell you that, oh, I need something that will make it to become plus. So if you have this minus here, this should just be minus 1 because you already have your factors. You already have the two factors the same. So just put minus 1 just to turn this minus into plus. So just minus 1 into bracket 2x plus 1. And what you can do again is that once one of these is different, that means you are doing something wrong. And again, when you have gotten them in the bracket, you can still expand them. When you expand them, don't forget the sign in front of them. So if that is done, the next thing we have to do is to put them together. Those ones that are outside, put them together. We have 3x minus 1, bracket them together into the ones that are in the bracket. Pick one of them. 2x plus 1 will be equal to 0. So the interpretation of this is that 3x minus 1 equals 0, or 2x plus 1 equals 0. That is the interpretation. That is the interpretation. So in that way, collect the like term. We have 3x equal 1 because this is going into the other side, or you have 2x equal minus 1. This is going to the other side. But to be honest, we only need x, not 3x or 2x. So in that way, we have to divide both sides. We have to divide this side by 3. And if we do that, we're going to have 3x divided by 3 equal 1 divided by 3. Or 2x divided by 2 equals minus 1 divided by 2. If we agree with that, 3 cancel 3, we have x equal 1 over 3, or this cancel this, s equal minus 1 over 2. So that is the answer for us. And then we will see in the next video. I will use this to appreciate you watching my video and subscribing to my channel. We are going to see in the next one. Thank you.